Okay, now it's recording. So if you have any questions in between, feel free to ask a question either on chat or like unmute yourself and then ask a question, because career counseling is generally done one-to-one, but in this case we don't have like enough time to do it one-to-one. So it will only be useful if you have any questions, you can get answered. And or if you have like I'll ask in between, and if you have anything to share, feel free to share any stories. That'll be helpful for all of us. So the whole goal of this is to kind of touch upon like different aspect of building a career and different questions that you may have. For example, the kind of coursework that you're studying, and is it okay to change to something else? Or if you like coursework, what are the different options that are available to you in terms of career that you want to choose? And for example, which college and course should you choose for your studies? For example, if you want to be a dentist, and what are the different courses available to be a dentist? Uh, did somebody ask some question? Okay. So and you may have question about I don't have any money to pay for college education. What are my options? How can I still get an admission? And the questions regarding courses, job, um, and motivation to study for preparing for exam, we'll cover all those aspects in this session. So let's quickly go over table of content. So we'll talk about like how people think career is like a ladder. You do one thing after the another, and then one thing, and if you are unable to do the next thing, then your career is over. But that is not the case, as many of you might have already noticed. And then we'll talk about some of my experience in the same domain. Then we'll talk about one of the education portal where you can get all sort of information regarding career, profession, colleges, scholarships, and so on. Then we'll talk about finance. If you have been admitted into a college and you don't have like sufficient fund to pay for your education, books and such, so you can either go for a scholarship and loan. And what are some of the features of the loan, eligibility criteria, and what you can use loan for. So we'll talk about all those things. Sometime you want to like make money working at home. So what are the different ways you can actually work from home and make money to support your studies or your family? And then we'll talk about a portal, like once you have a full-time job, once you have the qualification, how to find the job, how to start your career, and where you can find all sort of listings. And then last but not the least, we'll talk about how a healthy mind lives in a healthy body, and what sort of things you could do to keep your motivation and an energy high while you're preparing for the exam, or while you're studying, or some of the courses can be like really challenging. For example, medical, engineering, or even interior designing. And so being disciplined and being energetic to learn that is super important. Okay. Once again, if you have any question, feel free to put it up in the chat. I'll see it, and I'll try to answer it as soon as possible. No chat. Okay, somebody said something in chat. Okay, why can I not see it? Okay, maybe I'll check it out later. I can't see it. So one of the things that people sort of mistake is like career is like a ladder. You do one thing after the other. You take, for example, in 12th you choose biology, and then after that you go for MBBS, and then you become a doctor. Then you maybe do a specialization, become a doctor. Then you move to a more bigger hospital, and then maybe you open a clinic. So that's kind of like well defined straight path. But in reality, it's not like that. People change their career all the time from like, uh, so it's the more suitable analogy would be a jungle gym, which is something like that. Depending upon where in your life or in career you are, and depending upon the opportunity that are available to you, and depending upon your background, some things may make more sense than the other. So you have to keep that in mind. And sometimes people just switch to a totally different career. I know some of the celebrities who were doctor, who studied medicine for a while and then became a doctor, practiced as a doctor for a couple of years, and then but they realized they wanted to do something different, and they become a comedian. So people change from totally unrelated career all the time. So it's and to be able to take advantage of all these opportunities, you need to know what your options are. You need to be aware of your field and how you can take the advantage of all the opportunities available to you. So a little bit about my career. When I was in 10th grade, I really wanted to be a doctor because I really enjoyed biology, and I wanted to save lives and help humanity and so on. But my teacher was super scary.
I'm so sorry to interrupt you. I think Vanshika is waiting in the waiting room. She messaged.
Oh, okay, okay. I think she joined now. Okay, somebody said I should speak slowly. Okay, I'll just keep it on the side so I can see it. Okay. Hmm. Okay, now it's gone. Hmm. So yeah, so when I was in 10th, I wanted to be a doctor, but my biology teacher was super scary and I didn't want to study with him. So I chose mathematics in 11th standard. After that, I passed IIT, and then one of my cousin told me that BTech is much better degree than BSc. So I chose BTech in civil engineering. But over time, I realized that civil engineering, I didn't see myself as a civil engineer because they have to work really hard in during hot days in the field, and I wanted something comfortable. So, and also I didn't have any peculiar interest in civil engineering, so I chose to mathematics. And throughout my degree, I enjoyed studying courses and the different subjects in mathematics, especially abstract mathematics. So I was super excited about studying it more and more, and I wanted to pursue research in abstract mathematics. But after an internship, I realized that um, like studying abstract mathematics with no real life application wasn't something that I wanted to do. So I switched from mathematics to software. So as you can see, depending upon circumstances, I made different choices depending upon what my goal was and what made sense at that time. So it's perfectly normal to to be in some place and then feel like, oh, this is not something that I really enjoy, or maybe that's not where opportunities are. So depending upon your circumstances, you could choose to something different. Okay. Does anybody want to share their experience? Neetu, you still there?
I am just going. Yes, you speak.
Yeah, I was asking if anybody wants to share their experience where they change where they change their profession or their
Yes,
field.
yes. Everybody try to share. It happens when we are child. So we think whenever we watch anything on television, we want to become that. But gradually, when we grow up, we start thinking something else, right? Right. So did it happen with you as well? Ever? Like maybe you wanted to become something else, but then later you changed it. Then later again you changed it. Did it happen with any one of you? Or were you sure since starting that you have decided one thing to follow? Try, who can try? Did it not happen with anyone?
Okay,
You all are so great.
maybe we'll have like at the end to share more if anybody wants to share.
Subhan, what about you? Subhan is clapping. Yes, Subhan has something.
Okay.
Yes, Subhan.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Subhan. What do you want to become?
I want to become a businessman.
Mhm.
Okay. Since childhood, do you want this or did you just think of it? Like earlier, did you want to become something else?
No, ma'am.
Hmm.
Since childhood, you want to become a businessman.
Yes,
And why is
enjoyed
it
it
so?
because ma'am, I am interested in business, so that's why.
Okay, okay. Let me listen to somebody else. What about Himanshu? Himanshu, what do you
Yes,
want to
ma'am.
become?
Ma'am, when I was in fifth or sixth class, I want to
Hmm.
become a cricketer.
And now?
But now I want to become accountant. After I completed my 10th, I decide I will become accountant.
So see, that's how we change uh, our profession, right? Our career. It keeps changing. That's what sir is
Yes, ma'am.
trying to tell us. Thank
Yes,
you, both of you.
ma'am.
Thank you. So next up, we'll talk about one of the resources that you can use to find different career options that is available to you. So I found Siksha.com to be very helpful. So if you are, for example, there are pages each for different streams. So if you have taken arts in 12th or science in 12th, then you can visit one of these pages to know all different kind of courses or profession choices available to you. So we'll quickly go over all the options available for people who have pursued science in their 12th standard.
Okay, I'm so sorry to interrupt, but may I leave?
Yeah, yeah, you can leave. I
Everyone, please.
yeah, I have chat window open next to me. So if any of you have concern or if I'm not audible, just let me know and I'll adjust accordingly.
Yes, and make sure everybody that you all participate. Okay, otherwise this session, if you don't speak, then you will not enjoy it. Okay, so at least keep speaking and don't sit quiet like this. Okay, otherwise anybody can feel bored. So please do ask questions and do not trouble sir at all. Okay, so please be there and Vanshu is not able to speak, so Yash and Adiba, please take care of the classroom. Okay, Ricky should not misbehave. And everybody, whenever you have any question, anything, please do write in the chat box and listen to sir carefully. Ask your questions related to career. Okay, because this is an opportunity where you can take benefit, otherwise later on you may not get this opportunity. So please enjoy, please participate. Okay, don't sit quiet like this. Okay, everybody, thank you. Ricky only said okay ma'am, others are ignoring me. Can I expect this, everybody, that you will do it?
I think that's a yes.
Thank you, Arshi. Thank you. Okay, everybody, please take care and no need to leave the meeting in the middle. Okay, if you face any internet issue, anything, please message. I'm not going anywhere else. I can see the message and come to help you all. Okay, everybody.
Awesome.
So I'm going. Bye.
Bye bye. So as I was saying, Siksha.com is a super nice portal where you can find all sort of different information. So we are looking at a page which sort of outlines all the different options that are available to you if you have chosen science. So there are different courses such as BTech, MBBS, BSc, B Architecture, that's a little less known, and then Bachelor of Computer Application. It's not as well known as well. Then there is BSc in IT and software. As you know, demand for IT software is growing more and more these days. And then we have nursing and pharmacy as well. And if you click at any of these, any of the above courses, then you'll have like a lot more information about these courses. What does the curriculum like? How much you can expect to pay to complete those degree, and which are different colleges where you can expect to receive those degrees. And then there are other profession which is available for all uh, all streams, such as social sciences, BA, LLB. A lot of people, who study science up until 12th, they change to study law, design, animation. Animation is interesting because you can express, if you are kind of person who enjoys drawing and creativity, you will find it exciting. Similarly, people who are like more logical and they enjoy mathematics and software, they'll also enjoy it a lot. And then if you like to travel, or you like hospitality services, then that's something you would be interested in. And here is like a lot more information about each of the programs, BTech, architecture. As you can see, there are links for all the architecture colleges in India. Hi, Adiba. What's your question? Are you able to type it in chat box? What if student done his or her graduation? So even after, okay. Okay, so there are two options. So if you have done your graduation, we'll talk about how you can find a job in that career. For example, if you have already done, let's say, in computer or IT, then we'll talk about how you can find a job. Or if you are not happy with your graduation, then you can choose another graduation as well. Lot of people do that. So we will. What are the options for them? So what have you done your graduation in? Hmm. Hello. Okay. Yeah. Art stream. Okay. Did you do any specialization? Okay. So let's actually look at career option for arts. So as you, so there'll be like different options for like art and humanities. So for example, like BA in arts, BA in fine arts, B design and animation. You can also do LLB, but you said you have already done your degree. So what you can expect to apply. So there are different roles that you can apply for. So a lot of companies have, for example, HR roles. You can go for MBA and then apply for HR. If you have background in computer or IT, then you can apply for those roles. If you want to go in technical field, there are a lot of like professional diploma courses, which range for like 1 year or so, and then you can get a job after that. Yeah, those so aviation. What kind of role you want to get into in aviation? So for everybody, Adiba is asking how can she get into. Okay, so yeah, there's actually a link here. I think I included for the medicine, civil servant, fashion designer. Okay, so you can find actually information on Siksha.com. All you need to do, just say career as a flight attendant and Siksha.com. There are some colleges which provide training for cabin crew air hostess. I hope you can see this. So you can click on this link, and then it'll talk about all different air hostess educational requirement. So it says, okay, require a skill set, clear speech and voice, team player, and so on and so forth. Cost of undertaking courses 50,000 to 1.5 lakh, and these are different colleges that provide air hostess training, salaries, and like other questions. So uh, you can I'll send this link to everybody who is interested. Um, what I'm trying to say here is Siksha.com has a lot of information, and just like searching on Siksha.com, you can find your answers. Okay, any other questions? Okay, uh, that was a good question. Please, people keep posting questions, and I'll try to answer them. Okay, so we went over courses in pure sciences. So you have like all this information. For example, like bachelor in computer application, if you had like never heard of it, you can see like what are the requirements, what are different courses, popular cities, and they will also popular specialization, networking hardware, mobile app development, programming, cloud computing, game design, and so on. So you can look through them and see what makes most sense to you. Okay, so you can look at like all different options if after like 12 that are available to you. Okay, here's a little counseling tool. I would need a volunteer for this one. Anybody wants to volunteer? It's a career counseling tool. So you kind of tell what your stream is and what your hobbies are, and then it'll suggest a different career for you. So, okay. Anybody wants to volunteer? They can volunteer through chat. Yash, Yash Gupta, hold.
Yes, sir.
Do you want to volunteer for this
Yes, sir.
exercise?
Sure.
Okay. So tell me what's your 12th stream is.
So my 12th stream is commerce.
Okay, commerce. Continue. Okay, now it'll ask about different hobbies. So let's see what are the options available. Do you prefer like working mechanical, repairing some stuff, or assembling, disassembling? Or are you more of a business person, talking to people, buying and selling? Are you more scientific, which who like try to logically work through the problem? Are you more of an aesthetic person who has like artistic expression and appreciation? Are you social, clerical, or outdoor? What's your first choice?
Sir, my first preference is business.
Business. Okay. Business. And second choice?
Second choice would be, can I see the options?
So mechanical, business is already chosen. Scientific, aesthetic, social, talking to people, clerical, data manipulation,
Clerical, sir.
clerical.
Second would be clerical.
Okay. So 2 choices. And okay. Continue. Okay, now it will list all the career options based on your hobbies and background. So it says they have found 15 career based on your interest. So accountant is something that you'd be interested in. Chartered accountant, cost accountant. That's the first time I'm hearing this. Credit analyst. These are, I think this is loan officer, people who look at the loan and then determine whether the loan should be granted or not. Equity analyst. These are people who look at the stocks and determine which one to invest in. Finance manager, investment banker, data analyst, corporate lawyer, cyber lawyer, digital marketing manager, economist, product manager. Product manager is something that's been growing a lot, and the product manager generally are at the tech companies, and they find what product company should be building and what feature should be building in Flipkart so that customer can be benefited more and more. Retail manager, these people maintain like retail stores, stockbroker, and so on. And once you have sort of like understand that this is the role that I'm interested in, then you can click here more about product manager, and then it'll tell you what this role is, what your life would be look like as a product manager. So that's sort of profile, skills required, what kind of skills you would be required, and employment opportunities, mostly at internet firms, software developers, personal care product firms, automobile firms, and so on. And how do I get there? So there is a path. Generally, people get any stream graduation, then they do an MBA, and then they are hired as a product manager. These are different colleges that you can choose to go for product manager. There is IBS, MDI, Gurgaon, XLRI, and so on. So it's a good starting point for you to get an idea of what career in that profession would look like. And if you're interested in more, then you can always talk to these institutes and talk to them about different role and programs. Okay,
Okay, sir.
thank you. So, like we just looked at, if you are interested in any career, just Google search career as something. So it could be interior designer, fashion designer, and then type Shiksha.com, and then you will get some helpful link from Shiksha.com. And you can always like Google and find whatever information is helpful to you. Okay. Any questions so far? So for example, here is a page for medical courses. So this is all about like medicine profession. So here are different courses. Of course, there is MBBS, Bachelor in Dental, B Pharma, people who sell drugs, BSc Nursing. There are a lot more position for nurses than doctors. And according to some study I was reading, there is a huge demand for medical professionals, doctor as well as people who help doctors. So if you are in that field or if you're interested in that field, there is a huge potential in this field. Then there is a bachelor in optometry, people who fit glasses for people who don't have good eyesight. So these are different entrance exams you could take. Definitely NET, UG, and PG are the famous one, but there are local regional exams as well, and exams for different colleges. Different skill set required for medicine profession. You're required to have sharp memory, because you need to remember a lot of medicine names, bone names, muscles, and also like communication and interpersonal skills. You're required to talk to patients, empathize with them, understand their requirements. So all those skills are very helpful. These are like coursework. If you take MBBS, so biochemistry, anatomy, Bachelor of Dental Surgery, you're required to study surgery, general medicine, dental materials, and so on. BSc Nursing, you would be studying all these courses. So there are all these courses for different professions. Okay, this is interesting. So once you study all these courses, you could be working as one of these professions. So registered nurse are people who take care. So there are female nurse as well as male nurse, and they take care of the patient, whatever the help they need, whatever doctor recommends them, like medication. If they are admitted, they make sure that they are taking medication and so on. There are medical researchers who work with pharmaceutical companies, conduct trials. For example, currently, a lot of medical researchers are working on vaccine and cures for COVID-19. So they sort of um, work with different medicine, what can work for curing COVID-19 or not. Medical science liaison, I think this is the person who connects patient with medical researchers to help in clinical trials to find drugs for the problem. Anesthesiologist, it's hard to pronounce this name, but I think what it means is somebody who understand anesthesia, like drugs that people give to you to make you unconscious, so you can they can perform surgery on you. So all these different kind of roles, and payout is a little bit different, role is a little bit different, and these are top recruiters. So different hospitals, health industries, um, Wockhardt and Cipla, they make drugs. So they are research companies, they make drugs. What are the best medical courses in India? So you can, so apart from like MBBS, BDS, people know about it. There are courses on homeopathy as well. Their Ayurvedic industry is also pretty strong in India. A lot of people from outside come here to get Ayurvedic treatment, especially for chronic diseases like diabetes and lung-related diseases, or what was the name? Heart-related problems, for which like Western medicine doesn't really work. So people prefer to do Ayurvedic, which is more healthier. One of us is, so there is a bachelor in naturopathy. So I think somebody in our class is doing naturopathy as well. What are the medical courses without vanity? A lot of people have that question, like what else can I do apart from vanity? So you can look at those. And then there's a link for different colleges, how much fees do they charge, uh, how long is the program, and you can download the full brochure to get more information. Okay. Also, there is a web page where you can search for all different colleges and exam corresponding to a profession. So let's say, what is for interior designer? So you search interior designer, it will show up all the college. So there are 2,000 colleges that offer, I search for interior designer. Okay, it's showing me not useful results. Industrial design, okay. Industrial design is closed. So these are different design courses that you can expect to study. And there are filters on the left-hand side as well. Look by location, you can choose. By location, these are different uh, colleges. You can filter by location. Also, I can't scroll it here, but you can shortlist based on fees and other factors. Okay, so for example, let's say you don't have any of the question answered. So there is also a discussion forum where you can look at the previous discussion about whatever question you have. Maybe you have a question about flight attendant and you didn't find it. So you can search through existing discussion. And even if you don't find it, then you can ask your question here. There are a lot of active and helpful people who will try to help you find your answer to the question. So take advantage of all those free resources you can find on Shiksha.com. Oh yeah, one more thing. Website also has this chatbot, so you can type whatever question you have. Let me see. So if I say flight attendant, okay, it doesn't have any information on flight attendant. Let's see dentist. Okay, so it has some information about dentist that you can read. And after that you can it will also suggest something that you might be interested in, let's say BDS program. So it's super helpful. Play around with it, see how you like it, if it is useful or not. So far so good. Yes,
Yes, sir.
is everything clear, or you have some questions?
No, sir. Everything is clear.
Okay. Okay, so next up we'll talk about finances, because a lot of people have this question. Oh, I have been admitted into this college, but I don't really have any savings money to pay for it. So first of all, you should search around for a scholarship. So the link I found is for like a scholarship that you can avail. There are a lot of scholarship available here. They range from 50,000 to 1 lakh, and they have their own criteria. So for example, for this one, it's only available for grade 1, 6, 9, and after passing 12, it's for girl child. But if you scroll more, there are scholarship available for vocational training. So let's look at this one. So it's for vocational and technical scholarship to SC, ST, OBC, and minority students, uh, especially people who are like studying in ITI. I think these are like diploma courses, and they last for 1 year to 2 years, something around that. And uh, these are the eligibility criteria and benefits. You can get that much money to support your education. And the good thing is scholarship is just you get. Um, oh, there are higher education study as well, but I think it's only for SC, ST, OBC, and minority students. I think these are mostly for SC, ST, OBC minorities. So if you qualify for these scholarships, you can apply for those and take benefit of those. I also had a scholarship when I was studying, and that helped me a lot in completing my education. So please go through this if you're studying or just have applied, you just got admitted into college. Take advantage of it. Also search for some college have their own scholarship, so feel free to look around. Now you may ask, for example, if I do not qualify for any scholarship, what are my options? So you can always take an education loan. Most of the banks have. My brother took an education loan when he was studying in MIT. And even though some families have like enough savings, but even in those cases, it's advisable to take a loan, because it just ease up your pressure on family, and then you can support yourself. So most of so the qualification criteria is very low. You only need to have like 50-60% marks, and and you also don't need to pay before you get a job. So once you complete the course and then you get a job, then you need to pay, and you can pay it in 15 years. You don't need to pay instantly. So there is very relaxed terms. You can use the loan to pay for your college fees. You can buy books from it, laptops, postal fees, mass food. You can also buy a motorcycle if you need to go from your house to your college. All the expenses need to be presented with the valid bill. Interest rate is very minimal. It's like 8 to 10%. and it doesn't require any collateral. So you don't need to have a house, or you don't need to have any property paper to be submitted. So it's very relaxed. Here is a link. Most of the bank have their own branches to give out loans, and each of them have their own different schemes. So depending upon uh, what your situation is, you may like to. Let's see. So here are some of the features. I took a screenshot from SBI education loan. So repayment period of 15 years. So you don't need to pay it in like 3 years or 4 years. You can take 15 years. No processing charge, no security up to 7.5 lakh, no collateral. Repayment will commence 1 year after completion of the course. Very, very relaxed requirement, I would say. Expense covered. I'm not sure if you're able to see or not, so I'm just going to read it. So you can pay fees, examination, library fees, purchase of books, equipment, instrument, uniform. If you cost of a two-wheeler up to 50,000. If you need to buy a scooter or something, you can buy from using that as well. Let's go to eligibility. So most of the courses are eligible. So graduation, post-graduation, any college that is approved by UGC, and it's a recognizable college. So my guess is all the college in DU would be applicable for this. Teacher training, nurse course are all eligible. Civil aviation, shipping, etc., etc. There are more links. If you want to apply through other banks, you can apply through Axis Bank, Bank of Baroda loan, and so on. Okay, uh, and this is very interesting portal where you can apply. You can make a profile once, vidyalakshmi.co.in. You can make a application once, and then you can apply to all different banks from one website. You don't need to go to each of the different banks and then apply there. So it makes it very convenient. Although I would advise, if you're going to apply for a loan, find some relative or some bank branch that you have connection with. Then it'll be much easier to pass the loan than if you don't have anybody who knows you there. But also you can try online portal as well. Any questions so far? Yes.
No, sir. Everything is clear.
Okay. I'm just asking yes because that's whom I can see. But if other people have questions, feel free to ask. Or Vanshika, I'm just gonna ask Vanshika. Hi, Vanshika. Uh, Not sure if she can hear me. Okay. Maybe she'll reply later. Okay. So
Hello.
if hello.
Good evening, sir.
Hello.
Yes, good evening, sir.
Good evening.
How are you, sir?
I'm good. I'm good.
Sir, I'm Arshi.
Arshi. Okay. Do you have any question, Arshi?
Yes, sir. Sir,
Mhm.
I choose in 12th class, I choose a stream that's arts with eco, but
Okay.
I'm not interested.
Okay. That's okay.
I'm interested in like lecturer, English teacher. I basically I'm interested in English,
Okay.
English teacher. I just want to teach.
Okay. I see.
Yes, sir. That's why, sir. I confuse sometimes that I choose the stream, but I am not interested in this. Sometimes I feel bored. I don't want to study, but I'm interested in English.
Okay. So you are interested in studying English and teaching English. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Sir, can you speak loud? I'm
Uh,
not unable to listen you.
okay. Can you hear me now?
Yes, yes, sir.
Okay. So I was saying, are you interested in? If I understand correctly, you're interested in learning more English or and teaching more
Yes, yes,
English.
ab-
Okay.
yes, yes, sir. Absolutely correct, sir.
Okay. I haven't done this, but you can search on Siksha.com different options. Teacher, let me see. But definitely there is a lot of demand of people who want to learn English. So there is a lot of demand and there is a lot of scope for the same.
Okay, sir. Okay, I will search.
So if you search like this, you will get a lot of links.
Thank you,
Teacher
sir. Thank you so
teaching
much for the
career
suggestion.
option, career in teaching, and I think there are like competitive exams for government teachers, so you can choose that line as well. If you if and there are also like private, you can teach in like English coaching classes, or you can teach in schools, and they have their own like criteria, so you can talk to schools what their criteria is and so on. But definitely there's a you can also start by teaching tuition. If you have like some people around you, you can start teaching tuition to them. That way you'll
Yeah,
get more experience.
yes, sir. Yes, sir. You are right. I also thought that, but just because of Corona, we are staying at home. There is no one who come, and now
Yeah.
we are not going. So that's why.
Okay, that brings me to online tuition. There are a lot of options where you can teach online. So Vanshika says that she can't hear me. uh, is it for everybody or just her?
No, sir, you are audible.
Okay. 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 um, if there are any issue for Vanshika, can any of you just like summarize what we talked about, and then maybe you can give a summary? Who can do that? Who's friends with Vanshika? Nobody? Okay, we'll figure out some solution later. What other option you can try is online tuition, Vedantu. Apart from like other provider, this one has very refined process. So there are 5 steps in the process. To be honest, I haven't really taught there, but I have applied, and I really liked how they were processing application. So it has 5 steps. You apply as a teacher, you fill a form, and after filling your form, they will come back to you and then maybe conduct an interview. They will ask you to teach something to the students. If they like your teaching style, then you will move on to the next stage. That is teacher on demand and training. Then they will give you training, and then you will start teaching on the platform. And on their website, they say that by teaching, you can make somewhere from 25,000 to 75,000 rupees per month. I think so. Yeah, depending upon how much students you get and so on. So I really like their platform. And some of the things you would need is you would need a good internet connection, because most of the tuition is conducted based on a video call. So you would need a good internet connection, and you will need to make your resume. So if you don't have any resume, then you need to start thinking about that. Okay. Speaking of resume, here is a link to an app where you can build your resume. So you just need to fill out where did you study, and it's like a nice, like a Google form, and then it will make a nice resume for you. Let me see if I can show this app to you. How many of you have a resume built? Harsh, do you have a resume?
Yes, sir, I have.
Okay, awesome. What about others? Do other people have a resume? Arshi, Arshi. Okay, awesome. Oh wow. Then it's amazing. Then one thing you should do, if you don't already have a resume, you can use the simple app to make your first resume. If you already have a resume, make sure that you get it reviewed by somebody who is working, because resume needs like a lot of refining. You know, you might need to change it to make a good impression. So
Yes, sir. Are you calling me? Excuse me, sir.
so yeah, I was asking if you have built your resume. Do you have your resume?
What, sir?
Do you have your resume?
Resident.
Resume. It's like it's a PDF which has like all the detail. Where did you
It is.
study? Where
It
did you
is.
work? And so on.
Oh, it is. Okay. Okay. It is resume. Okay,
Yeah,
sir.
like a
No,
bio.
sir. I don't have.
Okay. So if people who don't have resume, you can use this app to make your resume, or maybe you can ask Yash how he made his resume.
Okay,
Uh,
sir. I will ask Yash.
Okay. The reason you will need resume because anywhere you apply for Arshi, if you apply for teaching job, they will ask you a
Yes, sir.
resume. Even if you teach tuition at Vedantu app, they will ask you for resume. So resume is very important, and also resume need to be refined. It's once you make your first resume, it will be okay, but it won't be as good. Even my resume when I made first time, it was not good. So what I did, I showed it to my friends. They said, no, this doesn't look good, change it to this. And so it will appear good, and then you need to practice for interviews and so on. So if you don't have a resume, ask your friends, ask Yash, he has a resume. So uh, uh, so make your resume and then get it reviewed, so it will get better and better. So you can apply at Vedantu if you wanna have like online if you want to teach online, and or if you are already like passed out of college and you're looking for a job, you can use Naukri.com. You may already be familiar with this. It's a very good website. It's a very comprehensive website. It has all different kind of jobs: flight attendant, makeup artist, accountant, software engineer, animation artist, everything. So
Okay, sir.
if you are looking for a job, this is the place to look at. So
Okay, thank you, sir.
let's search for beautician. Guys, is it okay if I take 10 minutes more, because it's already coming close to 6, but I have some stuff to cover.
Yes, sir, no issue. You can take.
Okay, okay. Are you enjoying it, or just sticking here?
No, no, sir, we are enjoying.
Yes,
Okay.
sir. We are enjoying.
Okay, that's good. So here I search beautician, and there are a lot of roles available for beautician. So it's just an example. So you can search for whatever role you want. There is artist, trainer for Salon Academy, and so on. So you can talk to the. They also have like number, and you can get more information. So okay, last and but not the least, so building your career is very stressful. There are a lot of ups and downs. You need to make a lot of decisions. If you're preparing for exam, it can be very stressful. So having taking care of yourself is very important. In a healthy body lives the healthy mind. So there are a lot of advantages of like living healthy. Apart from you have a longer life and you won't have any diseases, your memory and concentration will also improve. Whatever you do during the day, you will enjoy a lot more if you're healthy, and you'll also feel like more energized throughout the day. Whatever you do, you'll come back with more and more energy. And in the night, you will get good quality of sleep, and in the morning when you wake up, you'll feel refreshed and very energized. rather than just sleepy and tired. So make healthy choices wherever you can. There are a lot of recommendations, but I want to highlight three recommendations that I think would be very helpful from building your career point of view. So the first thing is early to bed, early to rise. There's a poem: early to bed, early to rise, make a man and or woman healthy, wealthy, and wise. And there is a lot of truth to it. Most people, there was a study conducted, and what they found out was most people waste time after 9 p.m. So they are either watching TV or maybe watching Instagram, YouTube, social media, or maybe just doing nothing. So not a lot of their time get used up. On the other hand, people who wake up early in the morning, they use their time very wisely. Either they wake up early to study, or they spend their time planning the day, or maybe they are exercising. Whatever they do, they use their time much better. uh, Lot of celebrities or lot of key figures, they wake up early in the morning. I picked these three examples to make a point. So Apple CEO Tim Cook, he wakes up at 4 a.m. to go for a run, and then every day he has a call with vice president at 5 a.m. to go over like what happened yesterday and how they can tackle with that. How can they plan that day afterwards? So that has proven very effective to him or his leadership. Singer A.R. Rahman wakes up early in the morning, and the first thing he does his daily prayers. And he also mentioned that his best work and best song has been produced in the morning, where after prayer or freshening up, he would sit down for 3 to 4 hours to compose his song. Athlete and film producer Miling Soman, he wakes up very early to go for a jogging and running, and he's one of the fitness celebrity in India. And I think just a few days ago he ran from Ahmedabad to Mumbai barefoot. So that kind of shows how healthy and fit he is. So the first recommendation was go back to bed very early, like 9 and 10. If you sleep early, then you'll automatically wake up early, and then you can do all the meaningful tasks early in the morning. Second thing is avoid sugar. Sugar is as bad as smoking. Both kills slowly day by day. And there are enough of awareness about like avoiding cigarettes, but there hasn't been enough awareness about sugar. One study conducted that found that 42% of the people in Delhi are diabetic. And of course, India consume a lot of sugar. We have sugar in all kind of drinks. Cold drinks have made it worse. We have all different kind of sweets that we eat, and that doesn't do any benefit to us. So uh, make it, apart from like the long-term health disadvantage, it also affect your mood. So I'll give two examples. So what when you eat sugar, what does it do? It gets absorbed in your body very quickly. Okay, Adiba has some question. Adiba, can you unmute yourself? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay, can you tell me more about your question? What should you do when you get easily demotivated? Okay. So personally, what I have found, there are a couple of things you could do to like motivate yourself. First thing, I think the most important thing is surround yourself who believe in you, who believe that you can do it, who support you in your causes. So they may be your friends, family, brothers, cousins, anyone who talk to as many people who you can, and then see who can support you, who can believe you, and can give you insight into it. So that's the first thing. Surround yourself with motivated, energetic people. The second thing is uh, maintain a healthy lifestyle. So if you're like exercising, eating healthy, you'll all automatically feel energy in your body. So that's one thing you could do. So for example, personally for me, if I have had like a really bad day yesterday, I wake up in the early morning and then exercise. So it releases some hormone which makes me feel happier and hopeful about my day. Um, Third thing is you can choose sort of find one person that you look up to and read their biography. So, for example, I find biography of like APJ Abdul Kalam very motivating, and then Muhammad Yunus. So, find somebody that inspire you and look at their biography. And more, when you read biography, you'll realize that they have gone through some sort of hardship at some point. So keep that in mind. Will sort of give you perspective that, oh, if they can do it, then I can do it as well.
Okay, sure, sir.
Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So what happens when you eat sugar? So sugar, when you eat sugar, it automatically gets absorbed into your blood. So you have very high energy for 1 to 2 hours, but after that you don't feel energetic at all. So when you're trying to study, and if you have like a sugary drink, then you'll feel energized in 1 to 2 hours, and that's when you build momentum to study, and then you feel like all tired and demotivated. So so avoid eating sugar as much as I can, as much as you can. And also, when you eat sugar, it gives you happiness instantly. It feels good because it triggers some specific part of brain that is for happiness. So and also because of that, it interferes with like how normal the brain functions. So avoid that. uh, one of I can share my experience. 4 years back, I quit sugar. I didn't eat sugar. I stopped eating sugar. But there are a lot of things that I like to eat and drink. So I didn't stop eating and drinking those things. I just eat and drink those without sugar. So for example, I drink chai every day. I just don't add sugar. All the juice shakes without sugar. I drink milk without sugar. I eat ice cream, but without sugar. If I can't find ice cream on the market, I just make on my own. So I like frozen mango pulp. I enjoy mangoes. Cold drinks are the worst. Avoid cold drinks if you can. Just run away. If you see cold drink, just run away. One small bottle of 300 milliliter contains 8 spoon of sugar. It's it's they have it's the worst. Some people say that if you replace sugar with good, then it'll be better, but that's not true. Good is as bad as sugar. Just avoid it altogether. They're made from the same thing. Some people say that, oh, I'm actually skinny, it doesn't really matter, I can eat sugar. But the way the body of skinny people and heavy people work is very similar. Their brain function and how sugar gets absorbed is same. So how you will feel energy wise or motivation will be the same. So if you quit sugar, even if you're skinny, you will feel more energy and more motivation. If you feel like you need to snack, eat fruits. They are very nutrient. They pack a lot of energy, and they have amazing health benefits as well. And the last tip I can give is exercise every day, preferably in the morning. Even if you do 20 minutes of exercise, that is very good. Uh, so I should clarify: exercise is any physical activity. Choose an activity that you enjoy. It could be yoga. If you enjoy doing yoga, that's okay. If you can do fast yoga, you can do slow relaxing yoga. If you like dancing, you can do dancing. If you like boxing, you can do shadow boxing at home. If you like body weight exercise, you can do that. If you just like to walk or jog, you can go on your roof and then walk or jog. If you have some household chores to do, that's totally fine as well. Just like carrying buckets of water, cleaning, washing clothes. It's very it'll make you physically active. Cooking requires standing, and that's a I would consider it a physical activity as well. There are some activities you can do without expensive equipments. So you can just buy football very cheap, and then on your rooftop you can play around with football. If you like cricket, you can do that. Catch and catch, you can play with your friends. Badminton. My mom likes to play badminton, and whenever she gets time, she plays it. It's a very good activity. If you like basketball, you can buy a small hoop and then play basketball with that. So there are a lot of options. Choose one that you really enjoy. It's easier to do something regularly if you enjoy it. One of my favorite way to exercise is this app. It's called Nike Training app, and it has a lot of different exercises. And let me show you how the interface looks. So there are different options. You can choose workout by endurance, mobility, strength. If you like yoga, you can do that. Uh, and there are workouts from like 5 minutes to all the way till 45. So you can choose whatever is interesting to you. So this is one of the workout that I did in the morning, and that's what it looks like. So it'll start by 20 jumping jack. It's just like jumping. You can do squat, uttak batter. You can, if you can't do normal push-up, they have like modified push-up, lateral lunges, and so on. So these are all our exercise you can do at home. These are very easy and use different part of your body and muscle. So this is one of my favorite app. Why do I like this? It's free to use. It has a wide variety of workouts. So you can use your hands, legs, core, chest, all sort of exercise. So it's comprehensive rather than just focusing on one part of the body. It's designed to be used by men and women. There are some apps which are primarily designed for men because they have a lot of push-ups, and push-ups is something that men can do a lot more. So, but this one has is designed to keep women's and men's need in mind. It works offline. Once you download the app and download the workout, it works offline. You don't need to be online to use it. And it also has, if you have some music file, you can use that music file. So for example, whatever your favorite music is, you can play that while working out. So I would recommend you to give it a try and see if you enjoy it. All right, that's all I have for today. Any questions?
Yes, sir. I have a question.
Yes.
Sir, in a slide that you have shared with us
Mhm.
on WhatsApp,
Mhm.
that there is a question that uh, I enjoy studying, but I have no time to study. What do I do?
So okay, very good question. When do you wake up?
Sir, I wake up at 7.
Tell me your whole schedule.
Okay, sir. I have a shop, so I wake up at 7 and go to shop, and
Okay.
then come back at home to home at 9 and have my and do some exercise and have my breakfast,
Mhm.
and then after doing all the work at home,
Mhm.
means my own work, I
Mhm.
then again go to back shop, and then I study there
Mhm.
for a few time, but I didn't concentrate well
Mhm.
at shop,
Mhm.
and then to bring some uh, 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 items for shop, I go to market, and
Mhm.
that's how my whole day goes.
Okay.
And at night I come at 8 o'clock.
Mhm.
Then I am fully exhausted at that time,
Mhm. Mhm.
and I can't concentrate well.
Okay. And when do you sleep?
I sleep at 11.
Okay. So one thing I would suggest you to try is when you come home, you're exhausted, maybe spend some time with family and laugh a little bit, but try to sleep early. So one thing you can do is like sleep at 9 or maybe 10, and then wake up early as well. Wake up at 5 or 6, so you will have 1 or 2 hour extra in the morning to study. So I can share my daily routine. So I wake up at 5:30, and then I freshen up a little bit. And 6 to 8, I work out for 2 hours. And then uh, uh, after that, when I was working, I would go to work and then stay there at 5 p.m. and 5 p.m. Come back home, maybe watch some TV, maybe talk to friends for 30 minutes, 40 minutes or so, and then try to sleep by 9 p.m. So that was my routine. So one thing I would suggest is sleep early and wake up early, so you'll get 1 or 2 hours of extra study time. Second thing is, whenever you study, there are some things which require deep concentration and something which doesn't require deep concentration. So, for example, things like if you're memorizing something, let's say English to Hindi words, that doesn't require deep concentration. So even if you're like, if even if you're at shop, you can just hold a paper and then remember something, and somebody comes, then you can service them, and then so some things where interruption doesn't matter much, and there are other things which where interruptions matter a lot. So if there is something like memorization, you can do there. If you have to watch some video, you can watch in the shop because you're just like focused there. Or if you're planning your day, like what should I do and things like that, you can do while walking or at shop. So all the tasks, just try to divide them what you can do best at your shop and what require deep concentration. Does that make
Okay.
sense?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. All right. And any other questions? Yes.
Yes, sir. Another question is, I know studying is important and I want to know, but I feel tired all the time. What do I do?
You feel tired all the time. Okay, let me screen sharing stop share. Okay. Okay, I didn't. Did you ask the question before also?
No, sir, this is the different question.
Okay, but just now you shared with me your routine, right? That you go to shop from 7 to 9,
Yes,
and
sir.
then
Yes, sir.
okay. So your question is, you feel tired.
Yes, sir. Whenever means not about me. It's about many students that whenever they go to study, they
Hmm.
feel tired and they can't concentrate on their study. So what do can they do to maintain their concentration?
So one thing you shared with me that when you come in the evening, you have done a day of work and then you're tired and it's hard to concentrate. But what you can do is, like, if you study in the morning, you'll be fresh, and then you will have all the energy left to apply to study. So try to wake up as early as possible. That way, you have like morning energy, and then you can use that to study. And exercising, initially it will make you tired when you start exercising, but once your body adapts to it, you'll actually feel more energized when you exercise.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much.
Arshi, any question?
Yes, sir.
Any question?
No, sir. I don't have any question. Thank you for the suggestion, sir.
Okay. Anybody else? I'm just gonna ask everybody in person. Vanshika, do you have any question? Hmm. Arshi, are you friend with Anshika?
Yes, sir.
Are you friends with Vanshika?
Yes, I'm friends of Vanchika.
Can you? I think she was not able to hear the whole call. So can you, like, after
Yes.
after the call, talk to her and like summarize? Um, I shared the PDF, the updated PDF on WhatsApp, so you can like explain it.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. I'll tell to her.
Okay, thank you. Sahil, you have any
Okay,
questions?
sir. Sir, Vanchika says, sir, I will ask in a next class. She will ask in a next class.
Okay.
She will
Uh,
not.
if you have any question, you can message me on WhatsApp. Feel free to message me on WhatsApp. Yeah. Mm,
Okay, sir.
message once. I think we'll have a lot more questions once you explain, summarize the whole thing. Sahil, you have any question? Sahil, can you hear me? Sahil, Adiba?
Yes, sir, I have a question.
Yes.
The question is, whom do I ask career-related questions?
Career-related questions. So first of all, like internet is your friend. So try to like search online and then find out if you can find an answer to it. Siksha.com is a really good way to do that. If you don't find an answer, try to go on, they have a forum. You can ask there as well. And even if you don't find an answer there, then you can ping me on WhatsApp. Then I'll try to respond.
Okay, sure, sir.
And feel free to ask me question because I'm trying to develop this PDF. And as you ask me more and more question, I'll understand what your requirements are, and then I can make it better. And once it's fully fleshed, then I can just give it to you, and then you'll be able to find all your answers there. So feel free to ask me any question now or later on WhatsApp. Do you have any question for now?
Yes, sir. I have one more question.
Hmm.
Sir, whenever we go to a job, they ask for our previous experience. But what if we are a fresher and we don't have any experience? So how can we deal with this situation?
Which job were you applying for?
Uh, Sir, I'm from commerce background, so if I want to apply, I can apply for an accountant.
Hmm.
So prior to this, they ask for any experience, but how can I get an experience if I am a fresher?
Yeah, that's a very common problem for fresher students. So if you apply for big companies, they will ask for experience. But if you apply for small companies, like a startup or small companies, then they may not ask for as much experience. Or you can, if some shop around you, you can ask them, oh, can I maintain your account and so on. So you will get a little bit of experience there. So that's the first thing. Apply for like apply to smaller companies. Second thing is you can also do some projects. So if you can do something that proves that you are capable of doing the job. So as an accountant, you probably need to maintain how much, like maintain the account. So if you can show them I'm maintaining my own account at my shop, then they will be impressed. So you can use like app like Khata book, or maybe use some software to maintain your own shop's account. That will show that you're really interested and you have the skill to do that.
Okay, sir.
Does that make sense?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Vicky,
Yes, sir.
any question?
No, sir.
All clear?
Yes, sir. All clear.
Okay. Sahil, do you have an mic is not working? You can just type in the chat. It's okay. Meanwhile, Adiba, do you have any question?
No, sir, it's done.
Okay. Let's hear from Sahil and then see if he has any question. I hope like all the questions that other people are asking, will be helpful to you as well. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Sahil says his mic is not working. Okay. Okay. So I'll talk to Sahil on WhatsApp, see if he has any question. But I'm long overdue. Thank you all for coming. If you have any more question, you can message me on WhatsApp. I'll try to answer. Uh, um, I'll transfer to the best of my ability. And the PDF is being shared with you on WhatsApp. If you don't find it, feel free to message me directly. All right.
Okay, sir.
All right. Bye
Thank you so
bye.
much.
Thank
Bye, sir.
you.